Hi guys, and welcome to my channel, Changing Phases Tarot. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. If you enjoy my reading, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. That way you will be notified when I upload new readings. Now today I will be doing a general monthly reading for each of the astrological signs for the month of November 2017. I'd like to remind you, though, that as the reading focuses on general energies surrounding us for the month of November, the messages may or may not resonate with you. For a more personalized reading that focuses specifically on you, please contact me at the email listed in the description box and the About section of this channel, changingphasestarot@gmail.com. You can also find pricing for readings and more information about what types of readings that I offer on my website, and that is changingphasestarot.weebly.com. You can also join me on my Facebook page, Changing Phases Tarot Readings, right? And that way we can sort of exchange messages if there's anything, any questions you might have, or any specific comments or questions related to the readings that I post. We can do that there. Now, for the monthly reading, I will be doing a 10-card Celtic cross spread, plus one additional card from the bottom of the deck. That will be for the overall energy of the month, using the Crystal Visions Tarot deck. Then I pull one additional guidance card from the Soulful Woman Guidance card deck, right? That's an oracle card deck. And one card from the Soul's Journey Oracle card deck by James Van Praagh just to complement our reading. So I'm wishing you all a very wonderful month of November, right? Hoping that it sends many wonderful things your way, especially, spending more time with friends and family for Thanksgiving at the end of the month. And I will see you in 1 minute for your reading. Hi Aries, hope you're doing well. You're having a nice month. I'm here to do your reading today. This is your general reading for the month of November 2017. Spirit, what does Aries need to know for the month of November 2017? Please show me the messages for Aries. Aries for the month of November 2017. What does Aries need to know? Energy surrounding Aries for the month of November. All right, Aries, here we go. Let me move these cards. I will pull one additional oracle card from these decks in 1 second. So you have it, the center of your reading, the Eight of Wands. Crossing the Eight of Wands, Major Arcana number 3, the Empress. Wow. In the foundation, you have the Lovers, Major Arcana. Past position, you have King of Wands. Crowning your reading, you have the Six of Swords. I'll lay this like this, and I will arrange everything after I finish pulling the cards so we can see everything a little better. Future, we have the Wheel of Fortune, number 10, Major Arcana. You in the reading, wow, you are the High Priestess, Major Arcana number 2. Surrounding you in your environment, you have the Two of Pentacles, your hopes and fears, the Knight of Swords, and the outbound energy, the Queen of Wands. And the energy for the overall energy for the month, card at the bottom of the deck, another Major Arcana number 4, the Emperor. So let me just say, this looks like it's going to be a powerful month. And I've had quite a few signs besides yours that have pulled quite a few Major Arcana cards. In your reading, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Major Arcana. So half of your reading is made up of Major Arcana cards. So you can be sure that this month of November is a very powerful month, a very significant month, and a month in which, Spirit, the universe, is really stepping in and has its hand in whatever is going on. But we'll talk about that a little more in a minute. Okay, one card from The Soul's Journey, Lesson Card deck by James Van Praagh. So what does Aries need to know for the month of... Okay. Oh, look. Very nice. This is beautiful. I don't think I've had this one before. It's called Happiness. And you see the mandala? There are dolphins swimming around. And it says, I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. And the last card from the Soulful Woman deck. So what additional message does Aries need to hear for the month of November? One additional message, one additional card for Aries for the month of November. What does Aries need to know? Please show me one additional message for Aries for the month of November. Okay, and the card is Heart Healing. What a beautiful card. It says, my courageous healing journey brings me personal awakening and a deeper relationship with myself. Beautiful card. All right, so give me 1 second here, Aries. I will arrange the cards so that we can see them, and I'll be right back with your reading. See you in 1 second. All right, Aries, here we go. Let's get into your reading. So, the overall energy for the month is a card associated with your sign, right? The Emperor, Major Arcana. So, this is a very powerful card, okay? And to have the Major Arcana, the Emperor, as the overall energy, and this just tells me that, there's a lot of power and protection surrounding you this month, okay? So, this is usually, it's a card. He's the archetypical male figure, right? He's the quintessential sort of protector of the family, the patriarch, the guardian. You see that he does hold here sort of there's one here up here, and then also in the middle, this globe, and it's sort of it's the idea that he has great vision, right? He's also very powerful, right? He's very sure of himself. He's very he's a very powerful, very intelligent, very self-assured man, right? And he's somebody who will definitely fight with and butt heads with anybody who tries to do anything to affect or in a negative way anybody related to him. So his family, his friends. He's somebody who's very very fiery, very vivacious, and also very powerful. So, with that as the overall energy, and we do have quite a bit of fire energy in the spread, as well as the major arcanas, but it looks like, you're definitely protected. There's a sense of protection around you during this month of November. If this is a person, this could be, an older fire sign male, especially an Aries, around you, that is there to protect you, or offer some protection or guidance. But it's really, there's this, strong energy of protection here. What you have at the center of your reading is this very fast-paced energy of the Eight of Wands. So, again, the Wands energy, this is fire sign energy, so your own sign, it's a suit that has to deal with creativity and strength, determination, ambition, all of those things that really kind of push us through. And, when we think about our careers or something that we're very passionate about, or, feel very strongly about, it's that type of energy. And the Eight of Wands is very fast paced. A lot of times this has to do with news coming in. And this is, receiving news in a very fast way. So text messages, emails, Twitter, things like that, as opposed to waiting around to receive a letter in the mail, right? This is something that comes in kind of very quickly, and it's quick, decisive action, or if you're working on a project, finishing it very quickly, achieving your goal very quickly. We see that here, the unicorns, they're sort of stampeding down the mountain, kind of knocking out everything in their path, right? So nothing is going to stop them or prevent them from what it is that they're going after here. What we have sort of paired with that is the crossing card, or the obstacle, is the Empress. And this is, you have the Empress and the Emperor. So you have sort of this regal major arcana couple, right? The Empress she's the, whereas the Emperor is the big father of the deck, she is the mother. She is that, beautiful motherly figure you see here in the deck. She's actually portrayed as being pregnant, right? So, and you see she's in this beautiful garden, very lush surroundings. She's looking very, very, very beautiful, very relaxed, right? We have the beautiful butterflies flying around her, which represent sort of rebirth and regeneration. And so she is a card that has to do with expansion, right? So expansive energy, just like when we think of pregnancy itself, obviously the mother expands with the child growing inside of her, and then the family expands with the arrival of the child. So this does have to do with abundance and femininity, right? And, everything that kind of goes along with that. So she is the goddess of fertility. In this particular deck, she's not portrayed, she's portrayed, as being pregnant here. So this could, I have to throw this out, right? With the news coming in here, and then the obstacle, or, what's crossing that is this Empress. This could be news coming in very quickly about a pregnancy. And I have to say that. So, so if this is something that, if this is something that you are looking for, it seems that there's a very good chance, everything is very ripe for that to happen this month. So that's wonderful news. If that's the case and you're finding out news about being pregnant, then congratulations. That's great news. If this is not the news that you are looking for, then maybe that you can take this as more of a cautionary card and take precautions, and just know that there is there is energy of fertility surrounding you at the center of the reading this month. If we look at it as, getting out of the sort of the pregnancy aspect and looking at it as a project, this could be news of a project coming in. And, with the Empress, this is really growth of the project. This is the project really taking off and expanding and, and really sort of taking on a life of its own, really growing here. So this is great. If this is to do with a project, then, there's going to be fast-paced news coming in about this project, right? Or this could be a project that is coming, to a fast conclusion here. But lots of positive energies to do with growth, right? Growth coming in during the month. Well, you have at the foundation of the reading is the Lovers card. So again, if I go back to the pregnancy card, you have the Lovers as a foundation, and this is a major arcana card. It is the the sort of the soulmate card. It's that soulmate connection with another person. So this could very well be some a relationship with another person. There could be a pregnancy to go along with that. This could be news of of marriage or news of pregnancy. The Lovers, it's also to do, sometimes it can be to do with the decisions, like choices as well, because it's kind of that head or heart decision that we're asked to make. So you could be faced with making some type of decision. It might have something to do with this news coming in, and this this either pregnancy or news of something expanding here with the project or something along those lines. So there could be a choice involved. But, the main meaning of the card is that there's a strong sort of connection with another person, this kind of kindred spirit connection with another person. And we know that this, we do tend to think of the Lovers card as a romantic relationship, which, and you see the doves here. And so it kind of makes you think of them, in this wedding kind of setting. But it doesn't necessarily have to be, right? Soulmates can appear in many different ways in our lives. And as we move through our lives, people come and go. Some soulmates are in our lives, for a short amount of time to teach us a lesson. And others come in and stay with us for, the rest of our lives. So it really depends on the person, on the lesson that needs to be learned. But, I kind of get this more, especially as we have the Empress with the Emperor. That's a couple. We have the couple here, right? We have the Eight of Wands with news coming in about this couple and with the pregnancy. And then we have another couple here, which is more fire sign energy with the King of Wands and the Queen of Wands. So it's kind of hard for me not to interpret this as being, a relationship, and a very strong, committed relationship with possible news of a marriage, of a pregnancy coming in. So this looks like exciting for the month of November. Then moving on here, what you have in the past position is this King of Wands. So obviously, Aries, you are Wands, you are fire sign. So we have, this could be a male fire sign that was very significant, right, in the past. So this would have been, over the last few weeks or months and coming into the month of November. So an older male fire sign might have been quite significant. And if so, this would be typically an older male, so Leo or Aries like yourself, or a Sagittarius male. Doesn't necessarily have to be, again, with the gender, with so many people watching the readings, it's not always gender specific. But the King of Wands, he's a very creative person, very bold, very charismatic, right? Very strong, much like the Emperor, but the Emperor is kind of, the King of Wands times 10. So it's like, it's the same kind of energy, really, but he is sort of the ultimate, right? Whereas the King of Wands, he is more, he is a leader. You see his companions here. He has a dragon. He has a lion. So he's, he also has the crystal ball, which is this, again, the symbol of vision. So similar energies to this, right? And he's somebody who is very passionate, very charming, very magnetic. So this could very well have been somebody coming into your life in the past, which has brought you to this in the present, right? And what you have crowning your reading, so what's on, so the message from your higher self, what's on your mind, you have the Six of Swords. This is cerebral energy, right? These are our thoughts, mental energy. The sword suit, this is the air suit. So everything to do with our thoughts, and how those thoughts can many times manifest in our lives, in the day-to-day aspect of our lives, right? And the Six of Swords has to do with moving away from something. In the traditional Rider-Waite deck, it has the woman, she's in a boat with her back turned, and she's sailing away, sailing from troubled waters into calmer waters. So this could be just, you leaving a certain situation in the past, a situation that was not that great, no longer served you, right? And moving into calmer waters now. So maybe this was in the past, you had some rocky relationships and left all of that in the past. And now you have found your soulmate. Yeah. And, you're feeling very, very happy and very, protected and secured with this new relationship. And, this leaving this behind brings you to the Wheel of Fortune in the future. So things are changing. These are two cards that show me this is a card of transition. And this is a card that shows me that, this has to do with karma. So karmic ties. So maybe whatever you're walking away from here, right? Whatever karmic lesson that you needed to learn here, you've learned it and you're moving on. And the Wheel of Fortune has changed and better things are definitely coming into your life here. So, just know that during the sort of middle to end of November, good things are coming in for you. So this is, wonderful energy. It's an energy that has to do with moving on. Things are changing. So we know that on the Wheel of Fortune, which represents fate and destiny and changing, a change in luck, it also has to do with vision and sort of spiritual growth as well, which is why I keep coming back to there's some type of, some type of karmic connection here. So maybe this is whatever you needed to learn, you've learned it, right? And now the wheel has turned, and better times are ahead for you now. You appear as the High Priestess. So the High Priestess is somebody who, much like the we don't have the Queen of Cups, but much like the Queen of Cups, she's somebody who taps into her intuition in order to guide her. But she is, much like he is the, the King of Wands times 10, she is the ultimate, sort of person for using her intellect. So you can see her, she's surrounded again by the butterflies, so to do with rebirth, right? She has the crystal here for the vision, and she sits in this crescent moon. And so, there might be something coming up. If we think this is more towards the middle to end of November, I think there's a new moon coming up then, I believe, because the full moon is on the 4th. So pay attention to whatever is going on around the moon, phase of the moon around the middle to end of November. That might be significant for you, possibly. But she is somebody who, really taps into the divine realms, the unconscious. She uses her intuition. She finds that deeper meaning, right, through her intuition. So she does really represent everything that is sort of the unseen, right, that psychic. She's that psychic force. So, and definitely to do with rebirth. So much like this, where there's, a change, new things coming in, it really does speak of, and with this fast-paced energy, there's something new happening, something changing in your life during this month. What's surrounding you is this Two of Pentacles. This is earth energy. The Two of Pentacles is traditionally, it's to do with balancing, finding balance in our lives. You can see that on this card. The woman, she is wearing ballet shoes. She's on her tippy toes here, but she's still able to balance the two coins. So many times when this comes up in a spread, it's really asking us to find that balance in our lives. Maybe there's something out of balance, or pay attention to that. And this could be in any area. So this could be, there's a lack of balance between your work life and your home life. And, if you are getting married now, or if there is a pregnancy on the way, then, this is going to be even more prevalent because you'll be juggling many more things. So it's kind of, that's what's surrounding you, and managing to juggle the finances, managing to juggle your work career with your home life, managing to juggle your studies with your friendships and relationships. It has to do with juggling the different aspects and areas of our lives. So this is something to kind of pay attention to as it's in your surrounding. I feel like it's just, it's more about letting go and not worrying about it as much. Trust more in yourself. Know that, there is a lot of divine guidance going on. So if this is a pregnancy and or a marriage, and you're worried about, how you're going to pay for everything and the juggling of the finances, just know that there's divine intervention here. So kind of, even though it's not that easy, allow yourself to go with the flow, and, things will definitely balance themselves out. What you have in your hopes and fears is the Knight of Swords. And this is air energy, so thoughts, more so, our thoughts and how they manifest in our lives, how they might affect our lives. And the Knight of Swords, this could be a person. If it is, it's typically a younger to middle-aged air sign male. So this would be a Libra or Aquarius or Gemini. And if it is a person, then this is somebody who, out of all of the knights, he is the fastest moving, the fastest paced. Sometimes he can be a little reckless because he's very aggressive, almost to the point of being overbearing. He's very forceful. You see, he's charging on his horse through the clouds. He has his sword drawn. He's ready for a fight, ready for action, but there's nothing there. So I feel that this is more than a person. This is you. I feel that, your hopes or fears it has to do with, facing whatever this situation is, right? Being ready for the fight, although there really isn't anything for you to fight for or to fight about, but it's kind of hoping that you'll be able to go up against whatever comes, but just knowing that, you're fine, that you're ready for action. You will make it through. Trust in the universe here. So I get that again, coming off of these cards. And the outbound energy is a beautiful energy of the Queen of Wands. So I said you have the King of Wands over here, the Queen of Wands. This is more of your energy, some more fire energy, Aries. And she is somebody who is she's very warm. She's very loving, right? She's charismatic, again, like the king. But she's, she's that wonderful, like if she's a mother, she's that caring mother. If she's a wife, she's that very, the loving wife who tries to, take care of everybody around her. If this is just, a girlfriend, something along those lines, then it's somebody who's very emotional and caring. And she tends to draw people into her, right? Because she is, she's sort of alluring, because she's energetic. She's very, kind of outgoing, but she's also very warm and caring. So, she's emotional, but not overly emotional. She's just more of a, kind of a warm figure is what I get. So if this is somebody around you, this would typically be an older fire sign female around you as you leave the month, right? Coming in, this could be, sort of a mother figure or an older female figure, or if you are a female, right? Because this is your sign. This could just be you with the news of everything here. This could be you leaving the month of November feeling very sort of motherly and very caring and ready to, take on whatever this new challenge is. So I love this reading. And this is, out of all the readings, it's the first one that I've done that has really come across very strongly, the relationships and definitely the pregnancy. So that's interesting. I'd be interested to know if it's how that plays out this month. So let me read for the 2 oracle cards. I usually read from the guidance book for those. So the heart healing card says, this is card number 26. It says, my courageous journey of healing leads me along a path of self-love and empowerment. It initiates higher levels of personal awakening within me and deepens my relationship with myself. With compassion for myself and a thoughtful attitude towards what's hurt me, I'm ready to help heal any hurts to my heart. Keeping my heart healthy and open is a priority for me. Through the work of heart healing, I learn to listen more deeply to my intuition, feelings, and instincts. I discover what I need to do to honor and care for my body, mind, and spirit. I become more attuned to my inner soul prompts. In the course of healing my heart, I may even discover a new direction in life, guided by a new knowledge of myself, both the dark and the light sides of me. Okay, and then the happiness card says, I am aware that being happy means that I am on the right path. Before incarnating, your soul created a blueprint for you to follow in this physical dimension. The easiest way to chart this path is to follow your bliss. Life is full of choices and opportunities. Spirit, in its infinite wisdom, has given you the emotion of happiness to guide you. The signposts are always there, but you have to acknowledge them and have the courage to follow them. As you hold or as you see this card, do you feel that you are living a life of happiness? In what areas is it lacking? It may be time to be truthful with your soul self. Listen to its language and intuit if there is someone or a scenario holding you back from experiencing complete happiness. Even though it may be painful to admit, you need to be completely truthful. Be mindful of how happiness will affect every aspect of your life on your path. Also, intuit if there is someone else in your life who needs to be brought into the awareness of happiness. This is important to recognize as well. Others will want to learn from you, and whether you admit it or not, you can be their teacher. When you are filled with love and compassion, not only do you bring happiness into your life, but you lead others by example. Be the light. And I think that this really ties in nicely with what I was talking about here with the karma and this karmic connection. I feel that, you know, there's something definitely to do with some type of karmic lesson that has been learned, right? And you're just moving on now. You're moving on into a new phase of your life, and going to be very successful at it. So I love this for your month of November, Aries. I do hope that the messages have helped you in some way. Please stay tuned to my channel for next month's readings, and I look forward to reading for you again then. Take care, and I'm sending you much peace, love, and light. Bye.